You're a parent, and you know you let those little rascals out of your sight. They start daring each other to do stuff, and that's when the heartaches begin. So I wanted to make you aware of a new trend. It's called the Hot Water Challenge, and there's two different methods. What kids are doing is putting themselves on the internet. Either, I'm serious about this, throwing boiling water over each other or drinking it through a straw. Teen parenting expert and author Harry Harrison Jr. joins me to talk about this trend. Harry, welcome to WHO in Des Moines. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
So, Harry, what kicks kids over to taking this kind of a risk? Is this always been present, or is it the presence of video now and kids trying to go viral? What do you think?
Well, I think teens are going to be teens, and they're going to push each other. I mean, they're going to push the envelope no matter what that envelope is. And now we have the internet to blame, rightly or wrongly. But so the hot water challenge is it's on the internet. So is the cinnamon challenge about how you swallow cinnamon and for 60 seconds and don't take water. And so the blue whale challenge where you allow some guy to tell you what to do until you cure yourself. So it's all based on. I think the people that do it are really struggling teens who are looking for attention. Now, I think this calls for parenting. And what alarms me is that there's so many kids that are looking at this and they're not able to go to their parents to go, so what's going on with this cinnamon thing? The most important thing a parent has, his biggest tool, his biggest weapon is a dinner table. And that's where the kids are sitting around and the father and mother ask, well, what'd you do today? What'd you learn? What have you read about? And they can bring up these goofy things. They can bring up, kids are pouring hot water down the throat. How does that sound to you?
I know it sounds obvious, Harry, but
how does that sound to you?
I'm with you. Where like, are we parents so afraid these days of being the bad guy in our kids' lives that we just don't look at them and go, I don't think that sounds like that's a good idea?
I think parents, they want to be their kid's friend, and so they don't want to discipline their kids because their kids might get unhappy, and then the parent feels guilty. So rather than actually being a parent to our kids, try and be their friend. But the kids need a parent, and they need somebody to give them rules and the rules of the road. They need structure. And a friend will actually encourage them, hey, let's go swallow that cinnamon. Where a parent will go, let's read what happens when you do that. It's really hard to become it's easy to become a father and mother. It's really hard to parent.
Yeah.
Because being a parent means you are watching over your child's future and you are raising an adult. And you want that. You want to raise a child to act and think in the right way when you're not around. And the only way to do that is be around a lot and talk to them and listen to them and head off these challenges by bringing them up to the dinner table and talking about how crazy they are.
Harry, every child is afraid to be the one, if they're in a group of friends and there's no adult present, to stop something silly or dangerous from going on. How should you instruct your child to be the one that steps up and says, guys, I don't think this is a good idea?
I think you talk to your son or daughter about leadership and about following the crowd and give them tools that and make them feel okay. In other words, John, it's okay for you to not do something because you know it's wrong, because you know it's going to hurt. And in fact, you can be helping your friends by saying, this is crazy. Kids who are very comfortable on skin, kids who are not trying to please everybody, they're the ones that step out and go, hey, this is nuts. I'm not going to do this. And that's how you want to raise your son or daughter. You want to give them the critical thinking skills and the self-confidence that they don't need to do something just because everybody else is doing it. In fact, they can take the leadership role and go, no, this is nuts. I'm not going to do this stuff.
That's teen parenting expert and author Harry A. Harrison Jr. Harry, thanks very much for your comments this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
On this Monday, a week before Labor Day, we go back to the phone lines. We've got Harry Harrison Jr. on the line. And good morning, Harry. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good. We're talking about the hot water challenge. I've seen a bit of this where it was, I've seen stories. There was a girl in New York City who was like staying over a friend's house. They had like a sleepover. It was a bunch of girls, and she got like 3rd-degree burns because she fell asleep and they boiled water and threw it on her.
Oh my God!
This is it hot water challenge or boiling water challenge?
It's like how stupid can you be challenge.
Yeah.
In this girl's case, she didn't even press charges. She thought this was fun.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah, she's still friends with the girls. They apologized, and she was ready to move on.
Yes, this is how a teenage brain, is still developing. Basically, between the age of 13 and 20, it's kind of like the frontal lobe is like a cabbage. It doesn't know what it's doing. So these kids who are young and impressionable and don't have a base to fall back on and are desperate for friends, they volunteer to do this crazy stuff.
Well, and also, too, you make a good point, Harry, that, you talk about the effort to make friends and keep friends, with bullying the way it is today, it could go as far as school and now online. I can imagine the repercussions from her peers this girl would have had she had pressed charges or had done anything to take action because of this.
That's probably so. They probably would send her. But the real question is, why does she allow this? Why are teens allowing themselves why are they cutting themselves, burning themselves, ruining their mouth, risking their life, all for a like, all for 10 seconds of fame? It's like, you want to say, what are you thinking? And the key word is they're not thinking. This is something that they're doing because they want to draw attention to themselves. They're desperate for friendship. They're desperate for people to say, ooh, that's cool, for to be burned.